Jones, Boyce and Hart. Dolan's, Jones, Boyce and Hart. That was a four-man.
McGuinn, Clark, and Hillman.
Right, there's a lot of those, right.
Hamilton, Joe Frank, and Reynolds.
But there's actually only three of them.
Right.
Yeah, it was a guy named Joe Frank.
Yeah, why did Joe Frank get both names, but Hamilton and Reynolds only...
Yeah, there's like four names but only two commas. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and Reynolds is the and performer. It could have been Reynolds, Joe Frank, and Hamilton, or Joe Frank, Reynolds, and Hamilton, or Hamilton, Reynolds, and Joe Frank, or Frank, Hamilton, and Reynolds, or Reynolds, Hamilton, and Frank. But somehow Joe Frank carried more weight, but not enough weight to be at the beginning of the name. He held down the middle of the name, and I believe that they are the only three-man group in the history of the world that has two last names and one full name.
And the full name is actually just one guy's name, Joe Frank. He didn't get a last name. Unless Frank is his last name. But if Frank is his last name, then why is he Joe Frank? Why is he first and last name? What was Hamilton's first name?
Well, why didn't he...
Or is Joe Frank his last name?
Why didn't he get to be Hamilton, Joseph Frank, and Reynolds?
What, they abbreviated the Joseph, you mean, to Joe?
Well, why does Joe Frank get to be casual Joe Frank, and Hamilton gets the formal Hamilton, the last name, the surname? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I guess it could have been Hamilton, Frank, and Reynolds, but that starts to sound like a law firm.
They were a one-hit wonder that had the longest, strangest name in the history of AM radio.
With "Don't Turn Your Love Out on Me, Baby."
Don't pull your love out.
Don't pull your love out on me, baby.
If you do that to me, I'll lay me down, cry me something.
Cry for 100 years.
Cry for 100 years. It takes 100 years to say the name of the band. Hamilton, Joe Frank, and Reynolds. It does sound like a law firm, except it's a law firm would never be called that.
I don't think his name actually was Joe. I think they just put it in there to give it some street cred.
I think that they were trying to give themselves some sort of cred with the punctuation community.
Mm. But because they only had two commas, you mean? So they had to make up to the punctuation community?
Yeah.
Like I said, one comma and an ampersand.
They actually did more for punctuation than they did for music.
All right.
That was good. We should keep that.
If there's anything we can put in. All right. Let's do our schematic.